Hello and welcome to this Liverpool news roundup here on Anfield Agenda. My name is Conor and I'm going to take you through all of the latest Liverpool news, including more links with Marc Guehi, a little bit around the Antoine Semenyo situation, a little bit around the right-back situation at Liverpool, a link with Curtis Jones to Tottenham of all places, and a few other bits and pieces as well. Hit the like button before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you're new, and let's jump into the news. Let's start off with Antoine Semenyo then, because I feel like this could really be one that Liverpool do end up regretting. Look, I said on this channel I would prefer Bradley Barcola over Antoine Semenyo. I stand by that. Whether we can get Barcola or not is another thing, of course, but I did say it, I would prefer Barcola if push came to shove, but I certainly would have been open to taking Antoine Semenyo as well. And seeing the start he's had at Manchester City now, I'm just thinking to myself, have we made a huge error here? He scored against Exeter, scored last night against Newcastle, got a second one chalked off for a ridiculous offside on Erling Haaland. And so he should have had 2 goals in that Carabao Cup semi-final as well. He's looking fantastic there already. He could actually push Manchester City to a Premier League title this year. I think he can be that good. He can get to that level. If he can stay consistent, he can really add something to that team. But Liverpool decided against pursuing a move for him for whatever reason. I'm sure they have their plans in place. But I just want to go back to something that Jamie Redknapp said, because pretty much like the day or two before he signed for Manchester City, he said that he thought there might be another twist in the tail of Antoine Semenyo and that Liverpool could hijack the deal. Well, he's basically come out now and explained where that information had actually come from. So the report here says the ex-Liverpool midfielder was on Sky Sports coverage of the Man City game last night when he was goaded about his erroneous on-air claim that Arne Slot's side could make a late swoop for Semenyo, and he called out his father, former top flight manager Harry Redknapp, over the false tip-off. The pundit said, "I heard there was going to be a twist and there wasn't. I'm not going to lie, sometimes you get information from people and you expect better. On this occasion my dad called me. He was at the game at Bournemouth when Semenyo scored that incredible goal versus Spurs last week, and he said, I think there might be a twist and he might be going to Liverpool. I thought, I'm going to say that on air. I thought I had turned into Fabrizio Romano for 5 seconds and I got it completely wrong." At least he admitted his mistake, I suppose. But I don't think Harry Redknapp is the insider for Liverpool transfer news in all honesty. But yeah, interesting to see where he did get that information from. Again, I think Liverpool could end up regretting it, but yeah, I found that one funny this morning, so I thought I'd bring it to you. Speaking of regrets then, let's move on to a certain Mr. Marc Guehi, who is looking more and more likely to be joining Manchester City, and this article here this morning kind of summarises part of the reason why Liverpool are a little bit hesitant to go for him in January. So this is from Team Talk, and they say Liverpool and Manchester City have both finalised their plans for Marc Guehi, and it's the Reds who are taking the bigger gamble, sources can confirm. Liverpool will not be competing with Man City to land Marc Guehi this month. As we have revealed in recent weeks, City have been manoeuvring around Guehi and are ready to make an offer this month. We are told by sources close to the deal that to land Guehi this month, the offer from City would need to not only match the asking price Crystal Palace have set, which has been around £35 million, but also put in place the same deal he would get if he moved on a free transfer in the summer. That means not only substantial wages, but a huge signing on deal and bonuses that otherwise would not normally be connected with a January transfer. Dean Jones has independently been told the same, meaning the signing of Guehi, even though he's just 6 months away from free agency, would be a colossal financial undertaking. We are told that the deal is not easy and far from straightforward given the costs involved, but if City flex their financial muscles it can be done. But this underlines why Liverpool, who came close to a deal in the summer, are not stepping up to strike a permanent move in January. Instead, they're content to run the gauntlet and hope City don't seal a deal this month before attempting to sign Guehi via free agency in the summer. So basically, it does seem like Marc Guehi's camp will want the massive signing on fee that he would get if he goes for free if he does move this January, which I can understand from his side because he's 6 months away from getting a big payout there. So now you're looking at a potential deal of £35 million for the transfer fee, let's say £10 or £15 million for the signing on fee, and then £200,000 or £250,000 a week for Marc Guehi. So it's a lot of money, which I can understand the gamble side of it from Liverpool to an extent. I think we still need him. I think if Manchester City do go in with a bid that works, I think we have no choice. We have to just match it. We have to just suck it up, admit that we got it wrong in the summer. We should have just paid the money up front and just got him in a bit quicker. But I think we can't let him go to Manchester City. We can't do that. Similar to Antoine Semenyo, I think it's one we just really could regret if we don't try at least, because Marc Guehi wants to come to Liverpool. I'm sure he would go to Manchester City if that offer was on the table, but his preference is Liverpool. If we come in with a similar bid, match their offer, I'm sure we will get him. So it's going to be a very interesting one because Crystal Palace as well have said that they can't really afford to let him go for free. so they will want some money. So the longer this goes on and the closer to the end of the transfer window this gets, it could get very interesting. Like at that stage, Crystal Palace will want to cash in, and they're losing in the bargaining power at that point. Like if we get to the last week of the window or even transfer deadline day, like they're going to be scrambling, thinking like, right, do we take a slightly smaller transfer fee now, or do we let him go for free in the summer? And again, Crystal Palace can't really afford to be letting a player of Marc Guehi's quality go for free. Like they don't get enough money in as it is. So look, it will get very interesting if it does get to that point. But we just can't. We can't end up with more regrets about players going to Manchester City that we could easily have gotten. I think Antoine Semenyo would have chosen us over Manchester City as well. I'm going to put that out there. I just have a feeling he would have. I just think he just seems like a Liverpool player. And let's hope it doesn't work out for him at City, but it's not looking likely at this point. He looks very good already. And yeah, could be one we regret. Don't do the same with Marc Guehi is basically what I'm saying here. Next up then, we had a report from Paul O'Keefe who said that Tottenham had Curtis Jones on their list for potential midfield targets. I actually thought a couple of years ago that Curtis Jones to Spurs would make a lot of sense. Like when he wasn't really getting into the Liverpool team, I wasn't like pushing him out the door, but I was thinking like if he was to go somewhere else in the Premier League, I could definitely see him in a Spurs shirt, to be fair. But not now. Now you can piss off because he has been fantastic this year. I think he's looked fantastic since Arne Slot has come to the club. I think he's one of the few players who have benefited from the change of system and change of manager. He looks a completely different player, so composed on the ball, doesn't hide on the pitch. Especially his link-up play with the likes of Florian Wirtz as well. I thought he just is different, and I think he's just different gravy now compared to what he used to be. And I think he should be one of the first names on the team sheet. Like I think he should be in the midfield the majority of games when he is fit. Like I'd put him ahead of Alexis McAllister at this point. Like I think McAllister's been a bit better in recent weeks, but Curtis Jones has been better than him this season, I think. Spurs have just signed Conor Gallagher, of course, from Atletico Madrid, so I don't think there's going to be any interest in Curtis Jones now at this point. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting one because a couple of years ago I could definitely have seen it, but at this point, nah, you can go away. Curtis Jones is there, boy. I don't think he'd want to go there either, to be fair. Just like nobody can picture certain players and certain kits. Like I could see him in a Spurs kit, but I couldn't see him in like a Chelsea kit, for instance. But please do let me know what you think on that situation. Last up then, we do have a link with a right back. This is from Team Talk, who said that Liverpool intensified its scouting efforts after Conor Bradley suffered a major knee injury. Vanderson of Monaco currently leads the 3-player shortlist and is reportedly interested in a transfer to the Premier League. So he is a Brazilian right back, 24 years of age, plays for Monaco, and that is the extent of my knowledge on this player. I've watched about 30 seconds of highlights on him, so I'm an expert really, but if the club feels like he is the player to get, then I'm all for it. Like I will just back the scouting. I will back Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards ultimately to pick out the right players. Like I know there was some issues with the summer transfer window, but I think they have more hits than misses. So if they say this is the fella to get, then fair enough. I will trust their judgment because I'm not qualified enough to go scout in Europe to pick out a right back. If we even need a right back at all, it's another debate as well. But Vanderson from Monaco is being linked. If you do watch him or if you've seen a lot of him, please do give us some insight in the comments below because I can't say I've seen a whole lot of him. Danny Murphy has actually been speaking about right backs, and he was suggesting that Liverpool should make a move for Arsenal's Ben White. I don't know what people think of this, but there could be some sense to it. At least that's a player who is like Premier League proven, can play centre back, can play right back as well. Probably wouldn't cost a huge amount, to be fair. Like he's not really starting for Arsenal, so he's a bit of a backup there now. Whether he's good enough or not at this point is another thing, but don't see it happening at all. But I thought that was interesting this morning that Danny Murphy did bring up Ben White's name as a thing. That's all from me this morning anyway. If you did enjoy the video, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Craig will have a video in the afternoon about 4:30. We'll be live this evening from 9 o'clock, and then we're recording the podcast tonight at 11 p.m. So I'm not quite sure when that's coming out. Could be very late tonight, could be very early tomorrow, but please do keep an eye out for that. That's myself, Craig, and Chris will be talking transfers, talking upcoming games, talking the manager, talking just basically a bit of everything. Like you've seen the podcast before, we go on mad tangents. It's always a good bit of crack, so please do keep an eye out for that one. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon.